Hey, Tony Gasson here popping in. Now we got some very unfortunate news that came in, and thank y'all for sending it to me. I couldn't believe it when I saw it because this couple, just for all intents and purposes, I at least thought they would stay together for the business, for the sake of the business. But I guess some things are greater than the business. But this is another lesson for us. So we diving on into the love lessons. If you new here, what we do is we take these public examples. I'm also a public example, having over 3.5 million supporters online and being a married man, but going on 19 years of marriage. So my insight is different. And I also coach couples every day, and men and women who are in relationships but getting coaching for themselves by themselves. So my take is different, and what I like to do, if you did not know, this is not about the couple. This is about taking the lessons from their example and applying it to your life. Because one thing I know from being a celebrity life coach is no matter what you read in a blog, no, even the most trusted blog that you love, that is less than 50% of the story. Because I am one of the people who some celebrities will call on, have me sign a non-disclosure agreement. Some of them even fly me to their location. We meet in a neutral location. Some I have to go to their house. Some they'll come to me, to my office. And these situations, I get the whole story, and it don't be none of what y'all read in the media. So I want you to realize and understand that. So when I'm speaking with the knowledge that we can't have a full opinion with half the story. So we analyzing this just as a prototype, like we studying a case study, and then you take it and you apply it to your life. So here's some of the things that I saw and I noticed with them. For one, the gentleman, he operates in his feminine a lot. He operates in his feminine by agreeing to be a content creator, being a part of a content prank type creation gig, situation, marriage, whatever. That's more of the feminine than the masculine. Not to say there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to tap into a different side, because men, we're not built like that or for that, just off the rip, especially with relationship goals type of content, and like doing couples content and pranks or whatever. So he operated his feminine. Then too, and a lot of times when they doing their videos, he be screaming. He screamed very high pitched like a woman. So that's another thing that's a little bit off putting, and it calls for pause, where you kind of got to look and like, okay, hold on now, what's going on? What we got going on here? The other thing that you have to realize is they look too much alike. They same exact complexion, look like they could be brother and sister almost. And so that leads to a power struggle. It leads to who's gonna be the foot, who gonna be the heel, who gonna be the head, who gonna be the tail, who gonna be the submissive one, who's gonna be the server, who gonna be the doer, who gonna be the go-getter, who's gonna be, you see what I mean? How y'all be talking about golden retriever, black cat, and all that. I ain't getting into all that. That's just something y'all made up. But it can lead to that when you look too much alike. And not too much alike, but meaning on the same exact level. When the man is seen as handsome to the women, equally as much as the woman is seen as pretty to the men. The other thing that they did wrong, what you have to be careful with, is monetizing your relationship. When you monetize your relationship, you turn your relationship into a business. And it's very hard to have love and to have a business. And so when people say marriage is a business deal, a lot of times people take that out of context. It's like, yes, it's important. You finna marry somebody that's going to be one of the most important decisions you make in your life, but you can't treat your marriage like a business. You got to treat your marriage like a house. You got to treat your marriage like love. You got to treat your marriage like a covenant with God. See, your business is not a covenant with God. You could dissolve your business at any time. You can file bankruptcy at any time. You can close your business at any time. You can get out of a contract, buy yourself out of contract, negotiate yourself out of contract. Marriage is not a business. Marriage is a covenant before God, and that's how we have to treat it. And that's why our divorce rate is so high, because the people who are getting divorced are the people who treat marriage like a business. And we walk away from business every day. Businesses close every day. Billionaires go broke every day. Millionaires go broke every day. Thousandaires go broke every day. So that's what you got to understand. And I always try to tell y'all, and that's one thing that I appreciate, because there were certain times that I was tempted and I wanted to do a podcast with my wife because I saw other couples doing podcasts. I wanted to do couples content with my wife. I wanted to do a tour with my wife. I wanted to do all this different stuff with my wife. It was times where I look and I'm like, man, these people, I know they ain't got more love than we got, and they becoming millionaires. They millionaires off of couples content. Like, man, I want to do some of that. And my wife was never with it. She was never with it. And she just didn't want to be front facing. She didn't want to be on the camera. And I thank God that he told me not to push her to it, not to try to make her do it, not to try to coerce her, not to guilt trip her. My wife live a soft life. She don't work for nobody else. She work for us. Whenever I need help, she's my helpmeet. She's there. She at home right now taking a nap, because we had to up late last night and then up early this morning. She drove an hour, take Tatum, our youngest son, 11-year-old, to train for soccer. Then drove an hour back, picked us up some food. Then I left home to go pick up some food I had already ordered a few days ago. Then come to the office. I got to coach 3 or 4 clients today. And that's what I try to tell y'all. So, and my wife, she home, and she gonna make me my bread pudding that we ordered off this one site. Look, I got 4 coaching calls. You know, one of the people I know who is an influencer with millions of followers and in a relationship. The other 3 people, I recognize one of their name. The other 2, I don't really recognize their name. And so that right there is, and I got to coach again tomorrow. And tomorrow I work 7 days a week in this season because it's the kickoff for the year. And so I bust my butt. Now tomorrow I only coach one time because I hadn't slowed down my hours on that right there. But okay, praise the Lord. It looked like I took Sundays off for the new year. Praise the Lord. Well, no, I didn't. Some people hadn't already booked before I took it off, because I got 2 sessions on January 25th, which I'm going to have to reschedule, y'all. That's on the 24th and the 25th. So y'all get ready for that. Y'all go ahead, and if you January 24th, 25th, you go ahead and reschedule now. I got my seminar. And so that's the thing what you got to understand. They monetize that relationship. The other thing that happened with this relationship is they've been together since high school. If I had to guess, being a relationship coach for the last 18 years, just even if I had to make a worldwide guess, I would say about 1% of high school relationships last. So, and I mean last like for eternity, last throughout the rest of their life, like cross 25, 30 years. I would say 1 out of 1%. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Commercial break. Got to take my, give me a sip of this here good water. All right. Having a little thirst on me. So I tell you all the time, like I coach so many people. And whenever they say they got together in high school and I'm coaching them about a divorce and going through, I have to tell them, okay, another one bites the dust. I say, what you got to realize, like, don't even be mad about it. Don't even be upset about it. Like, what we wanted and what we liked and what we was attracted to and the reasons we wanted something at 15, 16 is totally different than what we want at 26, 30, 36, 40, 46. Because you got to think about it. When you 15, 16, you meet somebody, you walking up on somebody, you know nothing about love. You don't know nothing about love. You don't know nothing about sex. You don't know nothing about longevity. You don't know nothing about marriage. You going up to this person because you just want to have somebody that you could hold hands with in school, somebody you could go to the dance with, somebody you could talk to, somebody that can help you look cool, make you look cool, make you look accepted, make you look normal, make you look like, you know, you an average teen. That's why you doing it. But then you don't know yourself. You don't know enough about your personality. That's why I tell your kids what I just said. Them relationships do not last. I thank God my son still has not had one girlfriend. He 18 years old. He talk about girls all the time. He showed me all the pretty girls he talked to as friends. But he's like, Dad, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not going. He's like, I'm saving myself until marriage. So to get in a relationship when I'm not ready to get married, all we finna be doing is just tempting ourselves and just all of this and that. And he's like, and I also need to put a little bit more under my belt so I could get the woman that I want. He said, I first need to see if I'm gonna have a growth spurt, because that's also gonna change my options out here too. Because he 5'6", 5'7". So he's like, you know, these women like at least 5'10", he say. So, and then he got to get onto the first team, become a starter. So he got some goals in place, and he's only 18. So I said, okay, son, I get it. I get it. I ain't gonna try to push nothing on you out of fear that you're gonna be a late bloomer that never get married. And I pray, but that's how the devil do. He tempt the people around you and try to mess them up when you a messenger and you caring. So he might attack my sons in that way. But that's what you got to realize. Them high school relationships very rarely work. Now, another take that y'all not gonna like, because especially y'all women, because we so quick to protect and to stamp our gender, and we don't think about things. Now, I'm not protecting and stamping Desmond, because I've said before that I kind of was a little leery about him and his sexuality because of the octave that he be screaming at, and I just have never seen that from a heterosexual man. And so that really throws me off when he be doing that. And I've only seen maybe 5 to 10 of their videos over the years. So I don't follow them. I don't know who they are personally. And y'all know, I tell you, if I be met somebody or talked to them before, I tell you, I've never met either one of them, never talked to either one of them. And no, I'm not on no NDA. So I wouldn't even bring it up if I was on the NDA, because I don't know them. But I've always questioned that. But the other thing, what I read on her is, she's a very unique being. She's very special, and she's very hard to deal with. She's not easy to deal with because she loved the camera, and she loved to be on the camera. And y'all got to understand that I have a different perspective, because I have a woman who don't want to get on the camera with me. And she only want to get on the camera every now and then on her terms when she feel like doing it. And she's a beautiful woman and could be on the camera. So you got to understand, I'm married to somebody. And then I have family members. I have beautiful women in my family who don't want to be on the camera. I coach beautiful women every day who have an Instagram and ain't posted in 3-4 years, some of them. At the least, I be shocked when I get on the phone with a client and she has posted within the last month. I be shocked. So you got to understand, it's a special type of woman. It's a different type of woman that loves the spotlight and loves the camera, because she's not living her purpose. It's not like she's a minister or a life coach and she's leading people to Christ. She's just creating funny, and a lot of times don't even be funny, in the sense of some of the stuff as a man, I look at it differently as a man and as a husband. Some of the stuff be kind of annoying. Some of the stuff be kind of cruel. Some of the stuff be kind of just quirky and weird. And that's a lot to deal with. And then you got to turn your whole life into a business. Like, your whole life got to be a pranks business. And then they say they got a production company that do wedding stuff, but we don't know how that's doing. It could be doing well. Who knows? But because of their name and brand, it could be doing well. But so what I look at from my perspective is, as I look at and I wonder about, how does she talk to him when the camera's not on? Like, is she soft and feminine? Because she's a boss. She's a leader. She a go-getter. She a breadwinner. She a money maker. So them type of women, sometimes they want to rest in their feminine and be led, like be able to submit to their man. And sometimes they can't turn off that dominant go-getter leader personality, and they could be very emasculating to a man. And so I wonder how she talks to him and how she treats him, how she sees him. And if we see him as a punk, how do she see him when she get to see everything about him? And the video I seen, it looked like he started to be like act a little tougher, like a little more, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he heard me say that, which he could have, because people be watching me and I don't know it, because I'm not a peon. It ain't like nobody knows me. So I could have some of these people watching me, but because of who they are, they can't say nothing or stamp me because they a celebrity in their own right. But his some videos I seen like he trying to act a little more masculine and a little more cool, a little more swag, a little more tough. And then so I also look and I think about the makeup of a personality of someone, because you got to realize I shoot content. And so I shot a whole video on this already for an hour and something, but I was driving. I had to go into the store to pick up my brisket. I may post that just for the blessed trial. I'm saying the same stuff, but it's just all over the place. And I had started another 20-minute video on it before then, but then had to leave. So this is my third video sitting down, and I just wanted to sit down and try to be focused to talk straight without being on the phone and having to drive and move around and all of that. And what I want you to understand, what I think about is, what is the makeup of a person and what type of personality will go into the Gucci store, set up a camera in Gucci where you're not even really allowed to have cameras on, and be filming and using their store for like reproductive content because they a brand. And so to go in there, they maybe got permission. Don't look like, because no staff was on the camera. To go in there, set up the camera, and do cartwheels in the heels, and then have her sons doing cartwheels in the Gucci store. You are a different type of, I don't know the clinical term for that type of personality, but you're a different person. You're a different type of person. So this what I'm trying to tell y'all is, it's a lot behind the scenes when that camera is off that we're not privy to. All we see, and that's the thing, like when years ago, when my wife first got online, she used to show me couples content all the time. And I think that's how I found them. She showed it to me. And I used to tell her, I said, baby, I said, what you showing me that for? Like, you know that's not funny to me. Like, that's not my type of content. So are you trying to say something? Like do you feel like this woman is that happy? Like, you feel like this means she happy? And I would ask my wife about it, and she was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, she look happy. I would imagine she happy. Like, you can't do all of this and not be happy. You can't be, I mean, look at her smile. Like, look how big she's smiling. Look how hard she's laughing. And I'm like, baby, that ain't how that works. I say, you see what we got. I say, you see we are in love and we got a real relationship. You see, I'm not cheating on you. You not cheating on me, and we don't make content. I say, so you got to understand that when these people be making content, to be honest with you, it's more of a red flag than it is relationship goals. And after that, I told her that because her and my homeboy, them two personalities, they believe everything they see. When they see something online, they believe it. Like, they'll see somebody and they'll, like, for example, let me use a rapper. They'll see a rapper and they'll see the rapper's in a big house and he got a Rolls Royce, and they'll be like, woo, got money. Not my wife, but my homeboy. Man, he got money. Man, he eating. I say, bruh, that man could be flat broke right now. He could be waiting on his next royalty check right now. Guaranteed. No, man, no. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world. I'm like, bruh, I'm telling you. I done been there. I'm a billionaire. I know what money to spend like. Like, I know billionaires. They billionaire on paper. They billionaire on stock. Like, you can't believe everything you see. So just because a couple is online doing cartwheels and laughing and kikiing and all of that does not mean that they happy. It don't mean that the woman happy. It don't mean that the man happy. And I'm going to tell y'all something. The more you show it, the more it's going to get attacked. The more you show it, the more it's gonna get attacked. And the reason being is because the devil hates marriage. The devil hates righteousness. So what they did is they inspired love. They inspired couples. They inspired couples' goals. I knew to look through it because of what I do and who I am, and I have experience with it. But the general public is absolutely really flabbergasted right now. Not everybody now. Not those of us who could see. Not everybody. Now, I was shocked though. I still was shocked that it happened this soon and that it just all out the blue like that. It did shock me now. I ain't gonna tell no lie. But it just confirmed in me like, oh. And so that's the thing. Like, I think about this stuff so much and talk about this stuff so much and work in this stuff so much. I pray for my wife more than I pray for me. I pray for her strength because I feel like the devil will want to attack her more than he'll want to attack me. And I also believe that's why she stay out the way. God has given her wisdom to be a helpmeet and to be a supporter and not try to be on the front line, because that also affects the man too. And I say that all the time. And because of feminism and stuff, y'all have allowed this to become chauvinistic and all of that. But me personally, I would never be with a front-facing camera woman. If I was a single man, I would never choose a woman who is on the camera front-facing and talking all the time. I would never do that. I would choose a woman who is about her business. She focused. She doing her thing. Even if she is an entrepreneur and she making millions, it'll be about her business. It's not about like trying to be seen. It's about trying to be helpful. Like trying to help people lose weight, trying to help people break free from toxic relationships. Not just about, comedy and pranks or the nasty podcasts that's out here where they talking about playing with yourself and orgasms and threesomes and polyamory and just talking about stupidness, just nonsense. I would never, because it's not the pure and true nature of a woman to just want to be out there for just to be seen and to be heard without purpose attached to it. You got to attach purpose to it. So if you're a life coach, if you're a speaker or something like that, that's different. But even then, I still wouldn't be with that type of woman because that's what I'm called to. Now, if I was a man who not called to that, then that's different because now we could be a puzzle piece. But if I'm called to this and then my woman is doing the same thing, we competing against each other because while I'm shooting, she got to shoot. While I got to go tour, while I got to go here, she got to go here and go there. So now that's what we doing, and that's why you see some couples have to shift that to where they both is out there going blah 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 blah, and then one of them got to decide to stay home. One of them got to decide to sit down so the kids have some stability. And so whoever that is, and sometimes it's the man who sit down, sometimes the woman who sit down. And so that's another thing. Now, what you also got to realize is if this gentleman is, as a woman, you cannot take a chance on a man that you feel is feminine or you feel is suspect, you feel that he could be gay, bisexual, whatever you want to call it. You can't take a chance. It's too risky. It's too much going on out here. It's too many nasty movies. You can't take a chance. It's better to err on the side of caution. Better to be safe than to be sorry. Wish him well. Move on about your business. If you sense any gayness, wish him well and move on about your business. Now with this guy here, he making content and he been with his woman from childhood, from high school. So when y'all get into a relationship from a young age and that man is locked in and he locked down, it's a good possibility that his outlet becomes corn, Angela. And if you get into that corn at a young age, it's a good possibility that you can go down the wrong path and end up looking at men, end up getting into men, and then end up hollering and screaming at a high octave on your videos like this gentleman. So me personally, I don't know if she really truly loved him and she's not operating from a place of anger and revenge and hate. She's not going to tell us who he cheated with. That ain't going to come out. If she is angry and upset, or she just feel like she owe it to her people, she tell us who he cheated with. But I think if it's a man, it'll be very damaging to him, because it's very embarrassing, because he never claimed that. He never came out and said he was that. So it will hurt. And if he play stupid or he say or do something stupid, then yes, it's going to happen. And yes, they're going to go on YouTube. They're going to see these videos. You know, one of y'all might send it to them, and then their family might send it to them. But they got YouTube as well. They not blind. You know, I coach creators and people with hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, and they found me on YouTube and they watch my YouTube video. So it's a possibility they're gonna see it, and so they know people is talking, and they already know that. They got social media. They're gonna be reading the comments and all of that, and it's gonna make him feel real bad. It's gonna make him really upset. He probably will come out and make a statement, because you just can't come out like nothing has happened. Because I saw his the reels that they show you, a line of reels on Instagram, and I saw his face. I clicked it, and it was a video from 2 days ago, I feel like. And he looked rough. He didn't look like himself. He looked rough, and like he had the new growth on his beard. His hair was a little fruffy, and so it looked like he looked stressed. And he's finna make a Coke float. So that's stress food. That's comfort food. So at that point, I'm like, oh, let me ask my wife to make me a Coke float. Man, he done influenced me. That's how influencing work, right? That's how influencing work. And so it was people in the comments that say, you know why I'm here. And anybody else here because of that? And them, after reading TMZ, and them likes, that one I read had 25,000 likes on that. Anybody here after reading TMZ? He didn't turn his comments off yet. So he had to see that. So what you have to realize is, that's what I mentioned on the other video. You have to treat your relationship like a house. It's okay to do brand content, couples content. Don't make it your everything and your sole thing for income. And what I mean by this is, in your public life, don't take your couple, your relationship, and post about y'all every day on Facebook. Don't go around the community and just always parading y'all and always doing this. Don't make your relationship how you make money in the community and going out, and it's just only that. And don't bring everybody into your business and everybody into your life for the sake of just content. It's different if you a minister, you a messenger. That's different. But when you just content and making people laugh, you got to be careful. You have got to be careful. And here's the thing. However she found him cheating, I don't know if he was asleep she woke up to pee, or she was up and he got a text, or she had his phone and he got a text, or she went on his Instagram. I don't know how she found him cheating, or he had some videos in the hidden folder. I don't know how she found him cheating. But that's what she found. That's what she found. That's what she realized. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here. 90% of women who've been married for more than 10 years, or been with a man for more than 10 years, and got kids with a man and a dream house and a business with a man will not leave for him cheating on her with one woman. Will not leave. 90% of women. I know y'all might not believe that. You tough in the comments because you're not in that position. But I want you to really put yourself all the way there. Having a man that you got multiple businesses with, you got multiple children with, y'all just built a dream house, and you find out he cheating. What most women will do, they will scream, yell, and cry. They will make that man pay the piper. He got to bend over and get spanked with a Kappa Alpha Kappa paddle, a Q Dog Omega Psi Phi paddle. He have to cook, clean. He got to go to therapy. Like, she gonna make him pay the piper, but she's not leaving. She gonna call him every name, everything but a child of God. She gonna all of that right there, but she gonna stay. 90% of women. That 10%, it's 10% now that will leave. It's 10% that will leave. Like, could you imagine after the video I posted earlier, I go out here and I cheat on my wife, how my wife will look at me when she on my Instagram in the comments checking some of these women? Can you imagine how my wife will look at me? Like, listen, so every single day, I'm watching my every step. I'm thinking, I'm plotting, I'm processing, I'm really thinking, I'm going through, I'm really paying close attention to everything. Like, I tell my wife, because sometimes she be on my Instagram and she'll forget she on my Instagram and be looking at a woman page and hit the like button or be liking the story or liking. I'm like, babe, that's my page now. Come on now. Like, can you get out of my Instagram, go into your Instagram? You want to scroll? I'm like, come on now. These women gonna think I'm liking a post. And I done had to go unlike posts that my wife hadn't liked. She's like, oh, I didn't realize I liked it. I was talking to you and forgot in my phone. One time when she was the only person I followed, she followed. Here we is being nosy, looking at this celebrity wife that he cheated on his wife with. And my wife was looking at the page. We started talking. She just talking, holding the phone. She done hit follow. And that's when Instagram used to show everybody on their notification, Tony Gaskin followed such and such. I lost 1,000 followers that day. Immediately when they seen I followed that woman. Because that let them know I was on her page. Looking at her page and accidentally clicked follow. Because my wife was the only woman that I followed. And that was my wife did that. Boy. So you see what I'm saying? So I have to watch my every move, my every step. I got to be careful. Like, I'm getting ready. The Lord been really laying on my heart, but I'm just too nosy. But the Lord been really laying on my heart. Stop answering DMs from women. And it don't be nothing but it be like the stuff, like what you think about this video, what you think about that, like this, and it give me content. But the Lord really I've been feeling in my spirit, stop answering DMs from women. Just because, although it's something helpful. So I'm going to tell y'all, when y'all got to send me something, send it to support@TonyGasson.com. Send the video to support@TonyGasson.com. Because I'm getting ready to start answering DMs. And it might start today. Unless I know you in real life and I already know you like in person, or you've been a supporter for a long time and I know your spirit, something like that. Like Joya, she on my list because she a moderator. I know her spirit. So that's somebody DM I feel comfortable. My actual clients that I coach, that I talk to on the phone, that's a little different. Like my year of coaching client, that's a little different. But like other women that I don't know, I haven't coached or whatever, never talked to, I'm gonna stop answering DMs. Just because you don't even want the woman to think that she got access to you or think that it means something, and that's what happened. So I talked to my wife about it. I said, why you think Buddy did that? And she said, I think it's access. I said, oh, really? And I said, you know what? You probably right, because that's how I'm able to put a little limit on here. Y'all gonna hear me say this. I already said this stuff in my other video, but I'm just driving. But that's how I'm able to put a little time limit on it, because I look and I'm like, okay, I know what it take. I know what it take to be faithful. And I look at a man, I can say, okay, he could be faithful for 2 years. He could be faithful for 5 years. This man could be faithful for 8 years. He could be faithful for 10 years. Or he could not get caught for 8 years, 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 7 years, 3 years. I'm able to look at it and tell. And so now it's like, man, listen, I get such a high from my work, from doing the work of the Lord, from being impactful, from being purposeful, from being intentional, from doing a work that is helping people and touching people's lives and changing people's lives. Man, that give me such a high that cheating would be boring to me. Cheating would be a downgrade to me. See, cheating is for men with no purpose and women with no purpose. That's who cheating is for. Cheating is not for people who are about their purpose, because your purpose is so invigorating. Your purpose is so exhilarating. Your purpose is so enthralling. Your purpose is so divine. It's so pure. It's so righteous. It is so intoxicating that cheating, I've been a cheating man. I've been in relationships before I got married, and I was a cheating man. When I was with the first young lady in college, I cheated on her with 8 other women. The second young lady in college, I cheated on her with 26 other young women. So, young ladies, so you got to realize that I done been out there. I know about that. And that's why people mad with me. That's why the devil is mad that God has renewed me. That's why. So in my build, in my life, in my marriage, in my brand, them first 2 years, I wrote my book, 07, 09, them first 2 years, me and my wife went through. When we were still trying to get all the way on board and get all the way locked in and all of that, I would say the first 3 years. That's when we was figuring each other out, because we was kids, we was babies, so we didn't know if we was gonna stay, her or I. So we both had some indiscretions, we both had some ideas, we both had some temptations, we both went through. But once we locked in 2010, we locked in for real in 2010, because that's the year I became a speaker for the NBA. That's the year that I started really speaking, doing speaking engagements as a paid speaker, being paid thousands to speak for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So we locked in, like we saw like, oh, it's real. And that's when God went to elevating. That's when God went to elevating. But before that, we done had us a couple of breakups. You know, we done had them times where we done went out there and was back out doing our life, you know, talking to other people and all of that right there, entertaining other people. So that's why I don't listen to nobody if you bring something from the past, if you bring something from the old. But it's like, once I started building my brand and being on purpose and living for the Lord, all that out the window. All that out the window. You go talk to, it's a lady that my wife had to check on Instagram, talking about don't be so uncomfortable. I read language real well. It's like, man, if you don't hush with that tattoo across your chest, and it's like, you go get a body language expert. I worked with one on a TV show. You go and they'll tell you, oh, Tony ain't playing. Tony tell you just like an IS is, and he tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, whether it's gonna hurt you or not. I got a coach in 4 minutes, y'all. So forgive him looking over here at the count. Got some special clients today. And so you got to realize and understand that this thing is real. So when you take and you get in that situation and you get to where you at a place where you find purpose, that's what's going to keep you faithful. Because I'm going to tell you now, if I didn't work for the Lord and my purpose was not in the Lord, I would be a cheating man, because it's so easy to cheat. It is so easy to cheat. That's what women don't understand. It is easy to cheat, especially for a man, because we call to be fruitful and replenish the earth. So that little tick in us is way stronger than it is in a woman. And some women refute that, but I talk to women all day, every day. I live with a woman, so I know the difference. And a lot of people, and it was a dummy on Instagram talking about a man slept with 50 to 100 women he done dealt with a man. Ma'am, shut up. That is ignorant. That is ignorant. Men and women are not the same. So just because you got 20 to 50 bodies and you done kissed a woman, speak for yourself, Jezebel. Men and women are not the same. God, the way God made men, he did not make a woman like that. So just because we done been out there, you got to realize, for men, you can sleep with 50 women in a month if you want to. That's how easy it is out here. Like, you literally could walk in the grocery store, holler at a woman, take her to her car, sleep with her, and go back and finish grocery shopping. It's because it is so much weakness out here in women, so much delusion, so much perversion, that if a man really wanted to get out here and get it, he can. And that don't mean that he gay. It means that we are misprogrammed by society to think that the more women we sleep with, the more of a man we are. If a gay man want a man, he don't need to sleep with 50 women. He'll sleep with one woman and go get him a man. He'll sleep with 5 women and go get him a man. That's what he'll do, like Dwight Howard from the NBA. So that's why she's saying that, because he done slept. But you got to realize Dwight Howard his numbers is in the thousands. He crossed 1,000. He not at no 50 to no 100. He crossed 8,000. That's why he in all that debauchery. And so you can't level that across all men. For a man who is decent looking and play sports, 50 is light. That's easy. I done seen men look like the bottom of my shoe done slept with 300 women and ain't never did nothing with no man. But knock a man out for coming out his mouth the wrong way. So y'all got to really sit down and listen. When I'm on here teaching, stop going back and forth and realize I'm in the trenches all day, every day, and I'm going to give you the whole game. I'm going to give you the game. And so here's the thing. That sister there, Kristy Scott, the man she with, that's high school compatibility. That's when you in high school. That's not adult compatibility. Adult compatibility is, for her, is a tall, muscular, athletic, dark-skinned man. Or a tall, smart, rich white man. That's her compatibility. When I say they two looks compatible, what I mean is they look too much alike. But that don't mean they go together. His compatibility is a white woman. Ironically, his compatibility is a white woman or a white woman from another country. Like a white Spanish or a blue-eyed, blonde hair white woman like that. That's his compatibility, ironically. He could be with a black woman, but his look and his style, his complexion, his all of that right there is not really what black women really get into. They may think he's handsome, but black women like a little bit more masculinity, a little bit more such and such. So understand that. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. Finna hop on here, and we'll talk soon. Got the coaching some influencers and celebrities today. All the important links is in the description, and I'll be back. We're gonna do a little series on this because theirs was a little different. So I'll be back. God bless you.